Picture this. You're sitting at a Parisian cafe, sipping espresso, when suddenly the person next to you lights up a cigarette. Classic France, right? Well, that image is about to become history. France just dropped a bombshell announcement that's sending shockwaves through a nation famous for its smoking culture. Starting July 1st, 2025, lighting up a cigarette in most outdoor public spaces will cost you €135. That's right, beaches, parks, playgrounds, even bus stops are going smoke-free. This isn't just another health regulation. We're talking about one of the most aggressive outdoor smoking bans on the planet. And it's happening in a country where smoking has been as French as croissants and wine. The timing? World No Tobacco Day. The message? Crystal clear. France wants to create the first smoke-free generation by 2032. Here's what's really happening. Health Minister Catherine Vautrin laid it out simply. Tobacco must disappear where there are children. The freedom to smoke ends where children's freedom to breathe clean air begins. It's a philosophy that's turning France's approach to tobacco completely upside down. We're not just talking about indoor spaces anymore. This extends to virtually every outdoor public area where kids might be present. The scope is massive. Beaches along the French Riviera? Smoke-free. The Luxembourg Gardens in Paris? No cigarettes allowed. That bus shelter where you wait for your morning commute? Better finish that cigarette before you get there. Sports facilities, areas around schools, public gardens, they're all becoming no-smoking zones. And if you're caught breaking the rules, that €135 fine is classified as a fourth-class contravention, same as smoking in enclosed public spaces. But here's where it gets interesting. Café terraces, those iconic sidewalk spots where philosophers and artists have smoked for generations, they are exempt. For now. E-cigarettes also get a pass, though the government's already planning to crack down on nicotine levels and flavors by 2026. It's like they're trying to preserve just enough of French café culture while protecting the next generation. Now, you might think this came out of nowhere, but the groundwork's been building for years. Over 1,500 French cities already had their own outdoor smoking bans. Hundreds of beaches went smoke-free voluntarily. This national law just standardized what was already happening locally. And get this, 78% of French people support it. That's right, nearly 8 out of 10 French citizens want cigarettes gone from public spaces. The numbers behind this decision are staggering. Tobacco kills 75,000 people in France every year. That's 200 deaths per day, making it the leading preventable cause of death in the country. The economic burden? Cancer treatment alone costs €150 billion annually. When you add up all tobacco-related healthcare expenses, we're talking about €156 billion per year draining from the French economy. But here's the surprising part. Smoking in France is actually at historic lows. Just 23% of adults smoke daily, down from nearly 30% a decade ago. Among 17-year-olds, only 16% smoke, compared to 25% 6 years ago. Sales dropped over 11% last year. So why the aggressive new ban? Because France isn't satisfied with slow progress. They want tobacco gone, completely denormalized, especially around children. Let's put this in perspective. France isn't the first country to go this route, but they're definitely among the strictest. Mexico has one of the world's toughest anti-tobacco laws. Smoke in public there, and you could face fines up to $300 or even 36 hours in jail. Costa Rica banned all public smoking. Sweden extended their ban to outdoor restaurant terraces, train platforms, and playgrounds back in 2019. Barcelona banned beach smoking for environmental reasons. Those 20,000 tons of cigarette butts France tosses annually aren't just a health hazard, they're an ecological disaster. The UK considered similar measures but backed down when pubs and restaurants pushed back. That's what makes France's move so bold. They're not backing down, even with their deep cultural connection to smoking. Remember, this is the country where intellectuals like Jean-Paul Sartre and Simone de Beauvoir philosophized through clouds of cigarette smoke, where smoking was practically a national pastime. Implementation won't be simple. The decree is being finalized with the Council of State, developed in collaboration with the Association of French Mayors. Every municipality needs to adapt enforcement protocols, train personnel, update signage. But here's the kicker. Minister Vautrin says she's counting on self-regulation. They're betting that social pressure, not aggressive policing, will make this work. One young Parisian smoker, 26-year-old Oder Tevet, captured the mood perfectly. Sitting on a park bench while kids played nearby, he admitted he's actually for the ban. He said, "We can always find other smoking spots like outdoor cafes. This hurts kids, so we shouldn't do it around them." He started smoking as a teenager, fooling around with friends, and thinks this measure could have real impact on the next generation. This ban is just one piece of France's National Tobacco Control Program for 2023 to 2027. Cigarette prices will hit €12 per pack in 2025, then €13 by 2027. They're strengthening age restrictions, expanding prevention programs, and yes, eventually those café terraces might lose their exemption too. Minister Vautrin refused to rule out a complete ban for anyone under 18 or restrictions on outdoor café smoking. What's fascinating is how this reflects a global shift in thinking about tobacco. It's not just about individual choice anymore, it's about collective responsibility. The idea that your freedom to smoke ends where a child's freedom to breathe clean air begins represents a fundamental change in how societies balance personal liberty with public health. The international implications are huge. France's experience will likely influence policy across Europe and beyond. If a country with such strong smoking traditions can implement and enforce these restrictions successfully, it sends a powerful message to the rest of the world. We're watching a real-time experiment in changing social norms around one of humanity's most addictive habits. For tourists planning summer trips to France, this means big changes. No more smoking on the beaches of Nice or in the gardens of Versailles. Bus stops, train platforms, anywhere kids might be, all off-limits. The romantic image of a smoker by the Seine might become as dated as black and white photographs. So what do you think? Is France going too far, or is this exactly what's needed to protect future generations? The bottom line is this. Come July 1st, France joins the ranks of the world's strictest anti-smoking nations. With 75,000 lives lost annually and billions in healthcare costs, they're betting that protecting children from tobacco exposure today will create a healthier, smoke-free generation tomorrow. Whether you see it as necessary progress or government overreach, one thing's certain. France is serious about snuffing out its smoking culture where it matters most, around its children. The land of liberté is choosing children's lungs over adult habits. And that €135 fine says they mean business.